media has a hilarious way of presenting headlines that'll sometimes elicit a loud duh from all of society. I recently read that Tupac's killer, Keefe D, was denied release even with bail money being offered. And the actual reasoning from the judge makes sense and is valid, but all that aside, yeah, no shit, Tupac's killer is getting denied release. I don't know if you know this, but Tupac's killer is the one who killed Tupac. Granted, he's pleading not guilty, but he's confirmed to have been in the car, so what do you want? Tupac killer. And it's not just Compton you have to worry about. I'm from Michigan. There are parts of Detroit you should never visit again. I mean, hell, there's at least half a dozen well-meaning Caucasian hip-hop heads all the way in Ann Arbor that'll f*** you up with their cricket bats if you try driving through, my guy. No wonder he's trying to sell his life story. He's gonna need the money for security detail, even in jail. Especially in jail. He fucking killed Tupac. Also, it is not surprising that the dude who fronted the money is Whack 100. How on brand is it that the man who's trying to make all of this happen goes by Whack 100? Sounds like the name of a character Andy Samberg played on SNL. It makes me wonder what your AKAs are. MC Trashfire? Lil Bad Moves? Dipshit McFucknuts? I mean, what the hell are you trying to help Tupac's killer for? He killed Tupac. So all of this comes as one large ball of unsurprising news. Of course the judge denied Tupac's killer release. You think any judge out there wants to be known as the judge who released Tupac's killer? Even in Nevada, they can never show their face again. Come on, Keefe D. Stop asking stupid questions. At this point, I'm becoming physically frustrated with the amount of things that I'm learning we are just now doing away with that I figured we would have done away with like long before I was even born. Why in all technicolor hell did Harvard University keep a book that had a binding made of human skin? As you could have guessed, this is a book that was published in the late 1800s by a man named Who Cares? This dude, I know he's read regular tree books before. What the hell was the purpose of all this? But hey, the skin donor died of natural causes. Gee, that makes it all better. Let me go get my library card. This is something I'd expect to be tossed out of the window back in the 60s. But it wasn't until 2014 that they confirmed it was made of human skin. And it hasn't been till around this March that they announced that they were going to remove it from the library, claiming after stakeholder engagement and consideration, it no longer met their ethics standards. As you can see, that's not exactly what they said in their statement, but it obviously made their standards before. You think this is Harvard's very first book audit? Plus, considering the choice to mention stakeholder engagement, it's obvious the discussion for a while was, so how long do you think we can get away with a human skin book as a tourist attraction before people get like really mad? I mean, the book came to Harvard in the 30s with a note from the dude who bound the book stating he just happened to have some back skin. Just off of that, why did they keep it? I mean, why did dude just have some skin? What was his plan to do before all this? Hey, I just so happen to have this woman's back flesh. Figure I'd use it for your book. Jeez, Harvard. Get your shit together. The election's coming up and I'm not looking forward to it. The only solace is that regardless of where you are in the world, that seems to be a relatable statement. Who in the f*** is Count Binface, and why do they look like they stumbled off of a low-budget Star Wars play? Apparently, the UK is about to undergo an election for Parliament, and it's apparently not looking good for the incumbents. Experts are saying that many are poised to lose their seats. And I truly hope one of them loses to the comedian dressed up as a robot overlord version of a pizzeria Parmesan shaker. There's nothing that could actually make me feel better about America's upcoming election. And that's because it's a joke. Won't rant about that now, may have to save that for a longer essay. But for any of my international friends wondering how Americans are feeling about their upcoming vote, imagine you have to choose between two Count Binfaces. Two aged Count Binfaces. Except, instead of having a laugh and forgetting about that one time a bloke put a bin on his head and said, I want to be PM, you have to take it seriously. You have to pay attention to both aging Binfaces. Because even though you can see with your eyes that a Count Binface should not be in office, you now have nothing but two Binfaces to choose from. One of them is saying, no, but come on, you don't know Netanyahu like I do. And the other is yelling, get off my ass, everyone loves porn. And you have to act like the whole thing isn't rubbish, or else you'd be accused of splitting the vote. It's trash. Maybe it's just me, but I so badly want this dude to reach up, lift the lid, and Oscar the Grouch pops out. Don't know any of Count Binface's policies, but he'd get my vote just off of that. Oscar the Grouch is a great running mate going off of his policies on public works alone. This one isn't really connected to a news article, I just need to get this off my chest. And before I get too far into it, I need you to understand. As a kid, my chosen diet used to be king-size Snickers washed down with liter bottles of Pepsi. What in the hell is going on, and when are we going to stop Oreo before they just start injecting cream straight into us? Now, if I can speak to Oreo for a second. Oreo, what's up? How you doing? Maybe you've been following the media too much when it comes to thoughts on millennials and any generation younger, but we are adults now. If we want cream, we can get cream.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
It's in the same fucking aisle as the cookies, I'm sure of it. I mean, come on. You know we don't eat Oreos for just the stuff. It's a cookie, not a stuff transport. Yeah, the double stuff was cool, and the different flavors are great. I'm not trying to be that type of Oreo hater. But seriously, Oreo? Ratios, my guy. I want a cookie, not a fucking sugar pillow. This looks like something you jump off of in a platformer, or the cookie version of a Dagwood sandwich. Oh, for any kids watching, Dagwood was a comic strip that used to be in newspapers. Hang on. Newspapers were like analog internet that were usually in black and white unless it was the Lord's Day for some reason. Don't worry about it. In those newspapers, there was a comic strip called Blondie. It was kind of like a Zelda and Link scenario. You read the strip and followed this dude who was named Dagwood. He loved sandwiches. His wife was named Blondie. You rarely saw her. It was probably low-key sexist. I'm scared to go back to it, to be honest. Dagwood would make these towering sandwiches that always looked good as hell in the comic strip. They even had some Dagwood branded turkey that was honestly not too bad. But I've tried the overstuffing my sandwiches routine. Trust me, you want balance. Same thing with a cream cookie. I mean, does somebody keep accidentally sitting on the make stuff button every month? Is the button stuck? How many cookies do I need to buy to help pay for button repairs? We're drowning! Now, I really don't want to make a habit of these videos focusing on skin-related news stories. See the clip on Harvard's Fleshbook if you haven't. But I do not care why. Don't attach skin to robots. So what if it's artificial skin? I'm already scared of the robot's artificial intelligence. It's very dangerous just to read headlines and react, and that's kind of what I've been doing with these videos. Granted, I do try to take in a couple more facts than just what's in the headline. But this one? No. I'm not comforted that it's artificial skin. I will say, this talk of how it is self-healing is interesting. If that advancement can be spun into treatments for people with skin conditions, that's wonderful. If this means some great miracle thing that'll improve the life quality of lots of people, go for it. But I'm not even going to rhetorically ask why. I kind of don't care, because f*** the idea of giving it to the robots. F*** that shit forever. And self-healing skin? That's the one interesting part. And again, is this going towards burn victims and others with skin problems? Because I'll shut up about that. I'm not even talking about that. I remain shut up about it, you could say. Advancement for the sake of people? I support it. Skin and faces for the robots? No. And oh yeah, it heals itself. Blast away at the murderous robot on a rampage that's coming right for us. After all, you did give it Wolverine/Deadpool skin to heal itself. I don't know what the correct reference is. I'm not that into comic books. The point is, f*** this shit. Even if robots weren't about to take over the world, this is creepy as hell. I swear, scientists watch sci-fi and don't see the satirical warnings. They just get ideas. We need to start hiring scientists that never watch movies. You'd really think they'd be busy doing cures or making innovations that elevate the human experience or something productive or some shit. But no. Every time I peek into the science corner, instead of a pill that cures cancer, scientists have just invented pocket fire. Now you'll always be warm. Except knowing our luck, they'll just give it to the f***ing robots. Imagine if a content creator turned off their discount code links to BetterHelp and to Better Fresh and Hello Help. Imagine if a content creator turned off their discount code links to Better Fresh and Hello Help. God damn it, I did it on Real for that time. So the International Space Station needs to be taken down, and for some reason, SpaceX has been contracted to destroy it. And maybe I should be more forward in reading the shit I'm talking about online. Why Elon Musk? This man is a knob. He has bought most, if not all, of what he's known for, and much of what he's known for is not much. I would love to just be a useless comedian and be like, oh, what? Is that because he can't get his own shit off the ground? Seems perfect for the job. It's much easier to point to how he destroyed Twitter, ipso facto, yada yada yada, but no. This man. Last I heard coming out of Tesla was how the Cybertruck pedals would detach, get stuck, and would accelerate onward into, I'm assuming, a wall, and hopefully not pedestrians. I can't remember how long ago this was because this year has felt longer than several years. this decade, I swear. But about a week or so ago, I recently saw that the Cybertruck was recalled not for the pedal issues, but for a windshield wiper glitch. Bro, I don't know shit about cars. Go ask my disappointed car-loving parents. I can install at least one windshield wiper without help, if you give me a couple hours, and access to YouTube. In a moment's cry and frustration without judging me as I grapple with my limitation. The point is, I hate cars. Also, this guy. He's got no class, no decorum. And I'm sure I'm fantasizing about a fictionalized era that never actually existed, but I would love to go back to a world where there's financial consequences to telling big-time corporations who bring in high traffic to off. Imagine if a content creator turned off their discount code links to BetterHelp and HelloFresh and said,
"Go yourself." Is that clear?
Bro, you look like a shop teacher and an algebra teacher ran headfirst into each other and then found some leather. They seriously can't find anyone else to take down ISS? I mean, I'm not rich, but I can try throwing a rock at it. I don't own a social media site, but I can find you a rock.